Hi students and friends, welcome to my YouTube channels. Today this video I am going to explain the psychometric problem. So based on the psychometric problems we will find out the psychometric terms. Before these problems 2 video already uploaded. So there also we discussed and explained the simple concept, simple steps. So in this problem also we will find the enthalpy of this. Enthalpy will find. Enthalpy nothing but the psychometric terms only. So based on this formula we will calculate. So how to calculate the enthalpy? So we have enthalpy formula. H equal to 1.022 TD, dry bulb temperature. W is specific humidity or humidity ratio or related or humidity. HFG, enthalpy of the latent heat at point DPT. At dew point temperature, what is the HFG? 2 into 3 into DPT temperature. So if you want to find the enthalpy, how many things we have to find out? We have to find out the specific humidity. What is specific humidity formula? 0.0622 PV, partial pressure of water vapor, divided by barometric pressure minus partial pressure of water vapor. So specific humidity we have to calculate. For this we need PV value, partial pressure of water vapor, and barometric pressure we need. So then we can calculate this. Now, dew point temperature. If you want to calculate the dew point temperature, for this we need the partial pressure of water vapor, that is called PV. So for the dew point temperature we need PV. For specific humidity we need PV and PB. If these unknowns will know, we can calculate the enthalpy. So first what we'll do? First PV we'll see. So in this questions what is given? In a laboratory test, a ceiling psychometry recorded dry bulb temperature and wet bulb temperature 30 degree and 25 degree respectively. So dry bulb temperature given 30 degree Celsius and WBT, wet bulb temperature is given 25 degree Celsius. Now barometric pressure is not given. Barometric pressure is not given. We will assume this 760 mm of Hg. This value equal to 1.01325 bar. This value directly will be there in the refrigeration and psychometric table. This value directly will be there in the table. Anything less than 760 mm of Hg value, if they given, then we will multiply this value. This will multiply this value. First conversion factor I am writing. 1 mm of Hg is equal to nothing but 0.00133 bar. 6 digit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. So this is the conversion factor. When this will use, if barometric pressures given some value like less than 760, like 740, 750, 720, whatever value they will give, just will multiply 760 into mm of Hg. This will multiply, it will convert into bar. But if not given barometric pressure, directly we will assume 760 mm of Hg, that is called 1.0325. So PV work is over. Now PV once we know, we need PW na PS. So how we'll get the PS and PW? So PS and PW value, PS value will get from the directly dry bulb temperature at 30 degree from the table, psychometric table. So at 30 degrees Celsius, what is the PS value? 0.042431 bar. Then PW value at 25 degrees Celsius. That means wet bulb temperature. So PV value we are getting from the wet bulb temperature. PS value we are getting from the dry bulb temperature. At 25 degrees Celsius, how much here? This value is 0.031,671 bar. What is this one? Vapor pressure. This table already will be there in the psychometric table. The table content will be, temperature will be started from minus 40 degree to 50 degrees Celsius, and respective value will be there. That value is known as vapor pressure value. So here in this problem, this much value required for us. So just I wrote this value. If in examinations if they're allowing some examples, they will allow the psychometric table, otherwise they will not allow, they will give this value directly to you. So now PS PV value and PW value, substitute this PV value. PV value substitute. PW means 0.0, will start from little here. So it will be easy for us. So PV value, PW 0.031671 minus PB value 1.01325 minus PW value already here 0.031671. So just look at all values correct. Then 30 minus 25. This is TD minus TW, dry bulb temperature and wet bulb temperature. Then 1544 minus 1.44 into wet bulb temperature 25. If we'll calculate this, we'll get the PV value. If we'll calculate this, we'll get the PV value. So how much we already calculated? 0.028 bar. This PV value I know. Partial pressure of water vapor value I know. Okay. Now how to get the dew point temperature? So already previous video also I discussed. By the interpolation method we can calculate the DPT. So look here. In middle we'll write this partial pressure vapor, this water vapor value 0.028021. This value is the PV value I wrote in middle. What is meaning of this? Dew point temperatures we can get with the help of the partial pressure of water vapor only. Partial pressure of water vapor only. So middle this value I wrote. That value we'll see here. This value belongs to where? In between which temperature? So 28086, that is this bigger and this is lesser. So this value, partial pressure of water vapor value will be lies between 22 and 23. So this is the 22 degrees Celsius. This is the 23 degrees Celsius. That means this partial pressure value lies between 22 to 23. So then you will write here 22 value. What is the 22 value? 22 degrees Celsius value 0.26431. And what is 23 value? 0.028086. This is the value we got 23. So again listen here how to get the dew point temperature. Dew point temperature always calculate from the partial pressure of water vapor. Then that what value we got it, this value we'll see in the table. In this value lies between which temperature? Exact value will not be there in the table. So this value will lie between some temperature. So look here 0.028086. This is bigger value. That means this side value, and this just after value, just before value na 0.26431, just before value. So based on this we can calculate the dew point temperature. So now dew point temperature we know. What is 22 plus something. So what is this fractions value? We'll calculate from here. So x equal to one formula is that just this value will write here. This point is A, this point is B, this point is C. So what is the fractions value? Interpolation method now how will get the fractions value? We'll write the formula. What is x equal to, start from here, x equal to B minus A divided by C minus A. This value minus B minus A. This value minus this C value minus A. So B value what is 0.028021 minus A value 0.026431 divided by C value 0.028086 minus a value 0.026431. So if this will calculate, you will get the fractions value. So this fractions value x equal to how much you will get? We already calculated somewhere. This value will get 0.961. 0.961. This fractions value you will get 961. Then what is the dew point temperature now? Already told dew point temperature nothing but 22 and plus this value. So it will come 961 degrees Celsius. Now I know the dew point temperature. So to finding the enthalpy, all the unknowns we got it now. All the unknowns we know. W we have to, this is specific humidity and not calculated, that we have to calculate, and HFG value. HFG value will take from the steam table. At what temperature? 22.961 temperature. From the steam table will take this value. So okay, now the three steps again I will going to write here. So this part I will rub it now. Given data anal not required now here. So a specific volume, this value first will calculate. So W is equal to 0.622, PV value we know. PV value will be 0.028021 divided by PV value. Barometric pressure, okay, we know 1.01325 minus 0.028021. So, okay, this is specific volume W is equal to PV. I will write this formula here again. This formula I will write in top. So value 8021. This, what is this value formula? 0.622 PV by PV minus PV. So this value we substituted here, all 21 PV, this value, and it will get the specific volume. This will get the specific volume. How much will get the specific volume? This is the specific humidity, not a specific value. Specific humidity you will get. This already we calculated, value will be there 0.01769. 0.01769. That unit will be there kg per kg of dry air. This unit will be kg per kg of dry air. So specific humidity, what value we know? 0.622 PV by PV minus PV. We substituted the value. We got the answer 0.01769 kg per kg of dry air unit. So specific volume I know. Then HFG, that from the steam table. From steam table at 22.96 degrees Celsius temperature, will get the HFG. That value will come 27. Already we saw the value. That value will be there 2447. 2447. Actually steam table value will be there like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20, 21, 22. 22, 23 value will be there. So here we'll see the value approximately 23. Approximately 23 degrees Celsius value will see. Actually value will be there 24,2447.2 will be there in the steam table. But we are taking approximately 961 now, almost 23. So but 0.2 value was there. So that I removed, I not wrote. So now HFG value what is? HFG value at dew point temperature. This is the HFG value. Now you see TD you know, W you know, HFG you know, all the value you know. So now enthalpy formula will write again. So this part I will rub it here. Now we will substitute all the value with the enthalpy. So see here, H is equal to 1.022, TD value na 30 degrees Celsius, plus specific humidity 0.01769 we got here specific value. Then HFG value 2447 plus 2.3 and DPT value 23 degree. So 20 you can write here plus space problem. Okay, so again I will write here H is equal to 1.022 30 plus specific volume 0.01769 HFG 2447 plus 2.3 DPT value is 22.961. You can write approximately 23 also. So if this will calculate 74.8816 kilojoule, this directly value will be kilojoule. So this way we can calculate the enthalpy. So see, if they are asking only enthalpy, we need specific humidity, we need the HFG, that value we taking from the steam table at the dew point temperature. Then we have to calculate the dew point temperature. For the dew point temperature, we need to find partial pressure of water vapor, what we calculated here. Partial pressure of water vapor. So this is the partial pressure of water vapor we calculated by the interpolation method. And that we substituted, now we got the enthalpy of the problem. So this is the problems completed. So okay students and friends, watch the video and just subscribe this video. So you will see notifications. Once we will upload the new video, directly you will get the notifications. Okay, so students,